Welcome, everyone, to FSPN's coverage of Miami Dade County High School baseball. Today we're at Ray Boyd Field, which is usually the home of the South Dade Buccaneers, but we're here for the battle down south, the Battle of the Birds. The visiting team is the Golden Hawks from Miami Springs, and they're led by David Fanshaw. The home team today is the Southwest Eagles, and they're led by Hall of Fame head coach Mandy Pelaez. Pelaez has got his coaching staff here of J.C. Diaz, Jerry Duarte, Placido Vicente, Carlos Angulo, and Arvis Duranona, and we should have a good one here today. It should be a pitcher's duel on the mound for the Southwest Eagles, and he's got a tall task ahead of him today. He's got a tough Miami Springs lineup to face. Miami Springs won against Keys Gate 7-1 on Tuesday, and their next game is going to be Monday against Palmetto. But he's going to need to face a tough lineup, and we'll go over the Springs lineup right now. Their first batter is the shortstop, Roydan Perez. He'll be followed by Justin Mercado playing center field. Then it's Calvin Pereira, the catcher. He's the Ole Miss commit. The fourth batter is Jordani Gonzalez playing third base. Then you'll have Adrian Henriquez playing first base. Miguel Estevez is the sixth batter. He's the DH. Andres Suarez is playing right field, and he's the seventh batter. Then it's Agustin Argote playing left field. And rounding out the lineup for the Miami Springs Golden Hawks, it's Jordan Torres. And we are about to get underway here at Ray Boyd Field. As I mentioned, the right-hander on the mound, he's got a cool name. He's got a major league name, Pedro Martinez. And if he pitches anything like the real Pedro Martinez, we're in for a treat. The Eagles also have a center fielder that has a namesake of a former major leaguer. His name is Albert Bell. And if they play anything like their namesakes, we're going to have some success here from the Eagles. We're about to get underway. I'm Uncle Muggs bringing you the play-by-play for FSPN. This is game number 3 in as many days. This is the season opener for the Southwest Eagles. And I'm in the booth, a real comfortable place here at South Dade. I always love coming here. Back in the day, they had the best pan con bistec. Today's broadcast is brought to you by the Coach's Corner, a complete print shop located near Tamiami Airport. They can help you with all of your printing needs, from uniforms to banners, you name it. Coach's Corner can do it with an excellent turnaround time. Call our friend Alex Diaz for all of your printing needs, and we're about to get underway here at Ray Boyd Field. First pitch for Martinez is a strike called. Took something off that one. Perez was kind of leaning away from that one. Martinez from the full windup. Fastball high to even the count. The Hawks are 2-0 in this young season, led by David Fanshaw. He's got Cody Estrada in the dugout. That ball's fouled off at the plate for strike 2. Cody Estrada is the coach of his. And Bob De La Fe has been in Hialeah for over 30 years, and now he's with the Hawks of Miami Springs, and he'll be the bench coach. The 1-2 way against the fence and the backstop, just a little bit high. It'll even the count at 2-2. Beautiful night here for baseball. A little windy at Ray Boyd Field. The wind is blowing from right to left across the field, from right field to left field. It's going to take a heck of a poke to get it out to the right field side, but with the wind's help, left field may have a chance. The 2-2, and I think that got a piece of Perez. And the Hawks will have their first base runner. The Eagles are wearing their purple, dark purple shirt with the black sleeves and the pinstripe white pants. And I think it says La Sabuesera on there. A little take on Southwest. Mercado's the batter now, wearing number 42. He's a center fielder batting from the left side for these Eagles. He'll be followed by Kevin Pereira, Jordani Gonzalez, and Adrian Henriquez. It's a fastball that gets away from Negrin. Perez cruises into second base. And Perez throwing hard, but he hasn't found the plate as often as he'd like to. So now the Hawks have an opportunity here with a runner in second base in scoring position. And the center fielder up, Justin Mercado. He squares the bunt. He puts one right back on the mound. Martinez thought about it. Now he throws it away. He thought about going to second, but he threw that wide of the first baseman. Perez is going to cruise into third, and Mercado is going to go all the way to second base. He had plenty of time to get the runner. That ball just sailed on him. Salazar couldn't put a glove on it. Ended up going into right field. So now with a real good opportunity to score, it's the catcher, the Ole Miss commit, Kelvin Pereira, the right-handed batter wearing number 24. An error and a hit by pitch, not the best start in the world. Let's see if Martinez can pitch his way out of this. This is the key to the game right here. Let's see what Martinez does against the Ole Miss commit. First pitch is taken. Looked like an off-speed pitch. Ball one for Pereira. Mercado's on second. Roydon Perez is on third. Pitch from Martinez is taken low. No, for a strike to even the count. Looked like an off-speed pitch. Caught some of the plate, according to home plate umpire. Martinez from the stretch. The 1-1 is swung on, and it's lined into right center field. It drops inside Valdez, who makes up throw to the plate. And Perez is going to score the first run of the game for the Miami Springs Hawks. That ball was hit well. And that's what the Hawks needed. They needed for the Ole Miss commit, their catcher, Kelvin Pereira, to get hot today. And he does with an RBI. Mercado goes over to third on the hit. And it'll bring up Jordani Gonzalez, the third baseman. Now Green comes out and flashes some signs to the infield. Here's a good look at Jordani Gonzalez. He's the third baseman, and a chance to give the Hawks a 2-0 lead. And let's see if David Fanshaw, there's a strike from Martinez. Let's see if Fanshaw reaches into his toolbox of strategies and sends the runner. It's a courtesy runner in for the catcher. Martinez from the stretch flops one over, an off-speed pitch for strike two. Michael Maiquez is the pinch runner, courtesy runner. Takes a nice lead. That one's just missed. Martinez wanted a call on that one. That just missed. Brings the count to 1-2 strikes. Jordani Gonzalez. Foul ball at the plate. The Hawks didn't waste any time to get on the board here. Perez got hit by a pitch, and there was an error on Mercado's comebacker to the mound. And then the base hit by Kelvin Pereira. And we stand at 1-0 in the top of the first inning with no one out. There's a pickoff attempt. He gets back in time. Close play over there at first. Maiquez just got back. The 1-2 down low for ball three. Now real hitters count here. Martinez trying to settle into this game. There he is from the stretch, I'm sorry. The 2-2, and it's ground to the right side. Salazar comes up with it. He only has one play, and that's back to the pitcher covering, and they barely get Gonzalez at first base for the first out. Mercado had a hold up on third base. Pereira made it to second. The batter now is Adrian Henriquez. Henriquez takes a ball outside. Nice stop there by Negrin behind the plate. 1 out, top of the first inning, 1-0 in favor of the visiting Hawks. Actually, both teams are visiting, but technically the Hawks are the visiting team. Martinez struggling here in the first inning. Finds the plate on that one with a strike fastball. Evens the count at 1-1 now. Henriquez is the fifth batter. Miguel Estevez, the DH, is on deck. Another called strike taken. Martinez gets his sign from Negrin. And there's a called strike, 3 looking. Martinez with his first strikeout of the game, and he caught Adrian Henriquez looking. And coming into the box now is the DH, Miguel Estevez, with a chance to put a crooked number on the board for the Hawks. Estevez, a left-handed batter. Runners in scoring position. Martinez still from the stretch. First pitch up high. The 1-1 to Estevez, just a bit outside. The defense for these Eagles of Southwest, Edwin Negrin is the catcher. Of course, Pedro Martinez is on the mound. Max Rico's at third base. Michael Cabrera is the shortstop. A.J. Perez is the second baseman. Matthew Salazar is at first base. Orisjo Valdez is your right fielder. Albert Bell, the Miami Dade commit, is in center field. And Yuxnel Gato is in left field, and that rounds out the defense for Mandy's Southwest Eagles. And there's a free pass. It'll load the bases for Andres Suarez, the right fielder. Andres wearing number 1, batting from the right side. Bases loaded, nowhere to put him. Little rocky start for Martinez. You're going to see a good one in Kevin Roque on the mound for the Hawks. There's strike 1 called. I was told Kevin Roque can get up to 86, 88 miles an hour on his velocity. Jordan Torres is also a good hitter for the Hawks. Here's the 0-1. Inside for a ball. The 1-1 in the dirt. Nice play by Negrin. Saved the run there. Mercado was on his way home. 2 outs, 1-0, top of the first inning. Bases loaded for the Hawks. You're watching FSPN. The 2-1, way outside for 3-1. Suarez looking for a hit here. The 3-1 swung on and missed to fill up the count. Big cut there by Suarez. And now Martinez is just 1 pitch, 1 strike away from leaving the bases loaded and getting out of a big-time jam. This battle of the birds, the Hawks and the Eagles. The 3-2 swung on and missed, and that's a strikeout. And that's going to end the inning. The Hawks leave 3. They score 1, and we head to the bottom of the first inning from South Dade Field, and you're watching FSPN.
You're watching the Florida Sports Programming Network.
Welcome back to Ray Boyd Field, usually the home of the Bucks, but today we have the Hawks and the Eagles in the Battle of the Birds. On the mound for the Hawks is the right-hander Kevin Roque. And batting for the Eagles, it's A.J. Perez, the second baseman. We'll go over the defense and get the lineup in just a second. Bottom of the first inning, 1-0. The Hawks left the bases loaded. And there's a strike to A.J. Perez. Another strike, and yeah, that's some good velocity from Kevin Roque. His coach said he can get it up there about 86, 88 miles an hour, and we're seeing it here. And that's a foul ball this way. Let's go over the defense. Kelvin Pereira, the Ole Miss commit, is behind the plate. Jordani Gonzalez is the third baseman. Roydan Perez is the shortstop. Jordan Torres is playing second. Adrian Henriquez is the first baseman. The outfield is Andres Suarez in right field. Justin Mercado is the center fielder. And Agustin Argote is in left field. And another foul ball by A.J. Perez, the left-handed hitting second baseman for Mandy's Southwest Eagles. Here's the 1-2 to Perez. Taken high to even the count. 1-0, and the Eagles are looking to put a base runner on here early. The count goes full to A.J. Perez. The 3-2 taken high, and there's the first base runner for the Southwest Eagles. It's A.J. Perez, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Oris Joe Valdez. The batting order for the Southwest Eagles, you just saw A.J. Perez. Now it's Oris Joe Valdez, the right fielder. He'll be followed by the Miami Dade commit, Albert Bell. Then it's Michael Cabrera hitting fourth. The shortstop, Edwan Negrin, is batting fifth. Matthew Salazar playing first base is batting sixth. Pedro Martinez is batting seventh. Yuxnel Gato is the left fielder batting eighth. And Max Rico is batting ninth and playing third base for Mandy Pelaez' Southwest Eagles. And the first pitch to Valdez is taken for a strike. Another strike called. There's a look at the right-hander Kevin Roque and A.J. on first base. And let's see if Mandy Pelaez reaches into his toolbox of strategies and puts A.J. in motion here. There's the 0-2 outside, ball one. The 0-2 swung on and lined between third and shortstop in this left field for a clean base hit. Now the Eagles have a runner in scoring position, and it'll bring up the Miami Dade college commit, the future Shark, Albert Bell. Good power, good hitter, can spray the ball all over the field. This is going to be a big test for Roque here, and we knew this before the game started. Roque's coming from the stretch. He's got Oris Joe Valdez on first base. A.J. Perez is on second. He comes set. And the first pitch to Perez is way up high and against the backstop, and both runners are going to advance now. Mandy Pelaez always puts a scrappy bunch out here. The never say die Eagles. The 0-1 to Bell. Fastball. Boy, that had some good velocity on it. But it's 2-0 to Bell. Bell's being patient here. The 2-0 pitch to the center fielder is taken for a strike. Good velocity on this Kevin Roque fastball. David Fanshaw wasn't lying when he told me he can get it up there. Here's the 2-1, swung on and missed by Bell to even the count. Or maybe give the Eagles the lead. Here's the 2-2, swung on and popped up to the right side of the infield. Torres is calling it. Now it's the shortstop Perez. And he makes the play for the first out of the inning. He's the shortstop, wearing number 23, a right-handed batter. Kevin Roque looking to pitch his way out of this inning. Got himself into a little bit of a jam, walking Perez, giving up a base hit to Valdez. And out there to the heavy hitter, Albert Bell, and now he's looking to get another out here. Nice live fastball in there for a strike. There's a look at Cabrera and the rest of the Eagles. And that ball's hit slowly on the ground. Henriquez at first. He picks it up, flips it over to Roque, and gets him in time. But one run is going to score, and we're going to have a tie game here. There'll be 2 outs. Valdez will go to third base on the play, and we have a 1-1 tie here at Ray Boyd Field. Edouan Negrin, also a right-handed batter. The chance with 2 outs here to give his Eagles the lead here in the bottom of the first inning. Roque's pitch is up high for ball 1. Kevin Roque on the mound for the Hawks. Swung on and missed. Big cut there by Negrin. Runner on third base for the Eagles. The catcher up, Negrin. Here's the 1-1 from Roque. Oh, a fake bunt, a bunt attempt, hit foul. Oh, you rarely see that with 2 outs. Negrin was trying to surprise everybody, got me by surprise. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes, and Roque's 1 strike away from getting out of this inning with only giving up 1 run. The 1 ball, 2 strike pitch, swung on and fouled straight back. That one rocked our cameras a little bit, kind of threw off the FSPN camera there for a minute. Ball's taken high by Negrin. A walk, a hit, a run. And we're tied up here. Bottom of the first. The 1-2 swung on and fouled back again. We'll do the 1-2 all over again. Edouan Negrin looking to give the Eagles a lead here in the bottom of the first inning. The 1-2 from Roque, a little bit outside. We've got a good one here at South Dade. It's a nice cool night, a little bit of a breeze coming in from right to left, a full moon out there. It's always nice to come down here to South Dade. The 2-2 fouled back again. I love taking the long way down here. I drive through the farms and just dream about winning the lottery and buying me one of those acres with a huge house on it. But then I think about all the work you got to do when you're farming. And then I'll stay in my little apartment there in Kendall. A lot of chanting coming from the Hawks dugout. Kevin Roque looking to strike out here and get out of the inning. Instead, he gives a free pass to Negrin. And now the Eagles will have runners in the corners. Valdez is on third. Negrin is on first. For the first baseman, Matthew Salazar. He gets his sign from the Hall of Fame coach, Mandy Pelaez, over on third. Pereira comes out and flashes some signs to his infield for the Hawks. There's a look at Salazar with a chance to make something happen, maybe put a crooked number up. Roque gets one over for a strike. Let's see if Pelaez puts the runner in motion. Let's see if the Hawks throw through. The green stays. That ball's fouled. Quickly, 2 strikes on Matthew Salazar, the first baseman. Bottom of the first, tie game. We're at the Battle Down South, a tournament that's held here at South Dade Field every year. And there goes the runner. They throw and they get him out. I would have let him steal, but Roque turned around and got him stealing for the third out. With one hit, the Eagles leave one, they score one, and we head to the top of the second inning. And you're watching FSPN, the Battle of the Birds. Welcome back to FSPN's coverage of high school baseball. It's the Battle Down South, or we call it the Battle of the Birds. We're at Ray Boyd Field for an early spring game, 2025 season between the Hawks of Miami Springs that are led by David Fanshaw and the Eagles of Southwest that are led by Hall of Fame coach Mandy Pelaez. And we have a 1-1 game. We're heading to the top of the second inning. And the Hawks have had some success as of late under Fanshaw. Of course, they have the Ole Miss commit in Kelvin Pereira, but they've had some district championships 3 out of the last 4 years. So David Fanshaw always puts together a very, very competitive team, as does Mandy Pelaez and the Southwest Eagles. And they have Albert Bell. He's the Miami Dade commit. They won a district championship last year, and in 2019, they had some success towards the end of the season. And there's a look at the starting lineup. It's going to bring up the 7, 8, and 9 hitter, Andres Suarez. Strike right away. Ball's high, 1-1 from Martinez. The pitcher Martinez with the namesake of a major leaguer. We also have another namesake in center field of another major leaguer, in Albert Bell, and that's pretty cool to see the lineup and see a couple major league names there. Swung on first. It is Andres Suarez, Argote, and Jordan Torres that are due up for the Hawks of Miami Springs. I got my birds confused there. Martinez trying to find his groove here. The 2-2 curveball, and it hits Argote. It's going to be a free pass. The batter is Jordan Torres, the second baseman. He'll be followed by Roydan Perez. He's the leadoff batter. Then it's Justin Mercado. Throw back to first or a pickoff. Not in time. They're going to give Argote a minute. Might have jammed his finger. He doesn't have that mitt on. He doesn't have the Betty Crocker sliding mitt. He jammed his hand coming back in there. Jordan Torres is the batter. Argote doesn't go, and it comes out of the mitt. Negrin couldn't handle that one. Argote is going to camper into second base. The count's going to go to 1-0. About that coach's corner, the printers, the best printers in town. Anything you need, hats, T-shirts, polo shirts with embroidery, digitizing, a complete print shop, and they're right there, right near Tamiami Airport. And our guy over there is Alex Diaz, and he's a baseball guy. He's a real, you can talk to him about baseball. He loves the Cuban coffee, so bring him a colada. I'm Uncle Muggs, bringing you the play-by-play. It's my pleasure, like always. 1 ball, no strikes. There's a bunt. He pushes it down the line. Negrin picks it up, and there's nowhere to go. Nobody's covering first base. And Negrin has to eat that one. We're going to call it an infield single for Jordan Torres on a bunt. And converse with his starter, Pedro Martinez. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching FSPN, and we'll be back right after this. After a quick talking to by head coach Mandy Pelaez, Pedro Martinez is ready to go with runners in the corners. Nobody out. Starts him off with a strike. The batter's the leadoff hitter. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. The shortstop, Roydan Perez. See if he sends the runner here. No, that one almost takes Perez's head off to even the count at 1-1. We're in the top of the second inning and a tie score, 1-1. Max Rico, the third baseman for the Eagles, was even with the bag. Argotes on third. Jordan Torres bunted his way on. There's an off-speed pitch swung on by Perez. Let's see if there's something on here. There's a fake throw over. J.C. Diaz, the pitching coach, giving Pedro some instruction. Let's see if Fanshaw sends Torres. He doesn't. That ball swung on and missed for a strike. It's going to be the first out and the first strikeout of this inning. Second strikeout of the game for Pedro Martinez. And it's going to bring up the second batter, Justin Mercado. And he got on with that throwing error in the first inning. 1 out, runners in the corners for Justin Mercado. The runner goes. Oh, he acted like he was going. He sure faked me out. There's a bunt attempt, and that got away from Negrin. 1 run is going to score, and he does. Argote is going to score that run. Torres is going to go to second. We're going to call that a pass ball because that one hit the mitt. And we have a 2-1 ball game in favor of the visiting Miami Springs here in the top of the second inning. Justin Mercado comes up, and he got on base by an error last time. Pedro takes a look at Torres on second. Now he comes to the plate and fires one outside for a ball. 1 out, top of the second inning. 2-1 ball game. The 2-1 almost hits him. Mercado had to hit the deck on that one. Brushes himself off, and Martinez having a little trouble. Good velocity, but he's having a little trouble finding the strike zone tonight here against these Hawks. The runner on second. There's an off-speed pitch, and he swings out of his shoes. Boy, that was a la Reggie Jackson. He swung so hard, he landed on his butt. Full count, Martinez is battling. Full count, 1 out, top of the second. Runner on second. Swing and a miss at an off-speed pitch for his second consecutive strikeout and his second out of the inning. Down goes Mercado, and here's the matchup that we were waiting for, that we were looking for before the game started. the Mississippi commit, the catcher Calvin Pereira, and he'll be facing the hard-throwing right-hander in Pedro Martinez. They're going to intentionally walk Pereira and get a double play. It's going to bring up Jordani. Jordani also a right-handed batter. He grounded out first base his first time up, and he's looking to get a base hit here. You intentionally walk the third batter to face the fourth batter. Let's see if that works out for head coach Mandy Pelaez. First pitch swung on and hit just foul. So 3 strikeouts for Pedro Martinez. Runners on first and second for the visiting Hawks. Pinch runner is Miquez again. Here's the 0-1. It swung on and line to right center field. Here he comes, shallow right center field. Ursto goes to the plate for a play, and he's going to get in there. A line drive to right center field by Jordani Gonzalez with an RBI base hit. Scores Torres. Makes it a 3-1 ball game in favor of the visiting Hawks. And that'll bring up Adrian. Two outs here. Top of the second. 3-1. Henriquez, the first baseman, got caught looking, struck out his first time up. Base hit will get him a run here. That's a called strike. Nice curveball there by Martinez. Now we can see the moon, full moon out here tonight. Beautiful night in South Dade. Late winter night. There's an off-speed pitch high from Martinez, taken for a ball. Adrian Henriquez batting from the right side, a tall batter. Michael Miquez is on second for the Hawks. He's running for Calvin Pereira. And that one he's going to wear. He's going to load the bases with a dead ball. He's going to bring up Miguel Estevez, the DH. He got walked his first time up. He's a left-handed batter. Now with the bases loaded, Estevez has a chance to add another run to the board. 3 of them already in the top of the second here for the Golden Hawks of Miami Springs that are led by head coach David Fanshaw. Bases loaded. Pedro Martinez from the stretch. I don't see anyone warming up in the Eagle bullpen. Estevez has to duck out of the way of that one or he's going to get hit. Season opener here. Battle down south first game. Martinez may be a little bit nervous. Tough team here in the Hawks. They've had a lot of success lately. And nothing seems to be going right for Martinez. The fastball's been all over the place. The curveball occasionally comes over for a strike, and now he falls behind 2-0 to the DH, Miguel Estevez. And that one gets away from Negrin. The runner's going to try to score. There's going to be a play at the plate. And they got him for the third out. Pereira gets cut down. The Hawks leave 2 runners on, but they score 2 when we head to the bottom of the second inning. 3-1 here from Ray Boyd Field, and you're watching FSPN. Welcome back to Ray Boyd Field for some high school baseball between the Hawks of Miami Springs and the Eagles of Southwest. And we have a good one here, 3-1 ball game as we head to the bottom of the second inning. That's a strike to Matthew Salazar. He's the first baseman. He'll be followed by Pedro Martinez, who's the pitcher/DH. Then it's Yuxnel Gato, and he'll be followed by Max Rico, swinging one and over to second base on 2 hops to Torres, who puts him away for the first out of the inning. Pedro Martinez is the pitcher, but he's also DHing today. Martinez was a little rocky coming out of the gate. Even though he did strike out 3 batters, he hit a couple of them. There's a strike called to Martinez. Kevin Roque is still the pitcher. He was a starter. He works quick. He has a fastball, a changeup. And there's a strike on a good fastball. One ball, 2 strikes, and just barely got a piece of that one. A little later, and he would have hit it out of the catcher's mitt. Martinez battling up there. Here's the 1-2, and that just missed. Bottom of the second, 3-1 here, and it's called the battle down south, but we're calling it the Battle of the Birds, and there's another one that's fouled off. We're calling it the Battle of the Birds, the Hawks and the Eagles, and tomorrow we have a good one for you. Oh, I can't wait for this one. That one's way outside. Full count. Taken for a strike, looking for out number 2. And the pitcher goes down on strikes. It's going to bring up the left fielder, Yuxnel Gato. And tomorrow we have a good one. We'll be at Cougar Field over there at Kendall for a 3 o'clock game between the Somerset Academy Stallions and the home team, the Killian Cougars. Can't wait to see that Cougar squad, even though they got beat up yesterday by Stoneman Douglas 10-0. But I think they're going to bounce back. They're going to ride the horse, and they're going to win that one tomorrow. 1-1 to count to the 8th batter, the left fielder. And that one's popped up to the right side, foul. 2 outs here, bottom of the second, a 3-1 game. The Hawks are leading. Scored 1 in the first, 2 in the second. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Gato, and that's way outside to even the count. It looked like a changeup or maybe a slider that got stuck in his hand. 2 outs. 2-2, swung on and fouled back. So we'll do that one all over again. The 2-2 again to Gato, swung on and grounded to the shortstop, Rodan Perez. He backhands it, throws across his body over to Henriquez. And that's the 3rd out of the inning. Nothing across the board. We head to the top of the 3rd with the Hawks leading 3-1 from Ray Boyd Field. And you're watching FSPN. Welcome back to Ray Boyd Field for FSPN's coverage of some spring 2025 high school baseball between the Golden Hawks of Miami Springs and the Sahuesera, the Southwest Eagles. Coming to you from Ray Boyd Field. Pedro Martinez continues to be the pitcher here. And the story has been the Hawks have 3 runs. Pedro's been a little bit inconsistent. A couple good hits. And now batting is Henriquez, Esteves, the DH. Takes that one for a strike. Esteves, the left-handed batter. He stayed on base because Kelvin, actually it was Maiquez, got caught at home. He was the runner while Esteves was batting. So here he is batting again. He takes that one low to even the count. Pelaez is leaving Martinez in there. And this game is still manageable. It's 3-1. The Eagles just need to hit a little bit. There's an off-speed pitch up high for ball 2. One swung on, hit foul. Even the count at 2-2. Well, I wish you could see this full moon here. It's right behind right center field. It's a beautiful night. It cleared up. It's a little breezy. Probably about 75 degrees maybe. A nice night for baseball. I mean, really enjoying it out here at South Dade Field. Always love coming here. Here's the 2-2 to Estevez, and it's way outside. It's going to fill up the count. Love driving up here, driving through all the farms, maybe catching an occasional cow or a horse or something. And being from the city, you know, we get out here, and I tell you, you could tell the air's fresher out here. You know, it smells good, and the grass is greener, I think. The payoff pitch to Estevez, swung on and missed for his 4th strikeout for Pedro Martinez. It's going to bring up Andres Suarez, the right fielder, for these Hawks, the right-handed batter. First pitch is grounded. Rico at third. He comes up and he fires across for the second out to Salazar on the first pitch swing. So Taylor Ancheta's the pinch hitter. With 2 out, he takes the first ball high. There's one for a strike. We're in the top of the 3rd inning in a 3-1 ball game. We're at South Dade Field for a game between the Hawks and the Eagles, the battle of the birds, the battle down south. The 1-1 is in the dirt, taken for another ball. FSPN is bringing you coverage here, and tomorrow we got a good one. Can't wait to see my Cougars. Cougars are going to take on the Stallions. There's another one in the dirt, and that's right, I said my Cougars. Those are my Cougars. That's the team that gave me a break, Coach Lyon and that crew over there with Abel Alonso and Eric Martinez. And they gave me my start here on FSPN, so I got to be loyal to my Cougars. And I love that Cougar Nation with April and T and everybody over there in the concession. Gotta love it. Gotta love that feel. And there's a free pass with 1 out, a 2-out walk. So it's Jordan against Pedro Martinez with a runner on first. And there's a ground ball to the right side. And a nice play over there. Flips over to Martinez. Boy, Salazar really got off the bag to get one. So the Hawks are going to leave one. They're not going to get any runs, and we're heading to the bottom of the 3rd inning. And it's a 3-1 game here at Ray Boyd Field, and you're watching FSPN. Welcome back to South Dade Senior High School, to Ray Boyd Field, where it's the battle of the birds between the Hawks and the Southwest Eagles. And we've got a good one here today. It's a 3-1 score. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning, and it'll be Max Rico, and then the top of the lineup, and A.J. Perez, Oris Joe Valdez, and that'll be the Miami-Dade commit, Albert Bell, to face the big right-hander, Kevin Roque, who's been pretty dominating. I mean, he's winning. He's got good stuff. There's a ball low to Rico. He's a fast worker, though. I mean, he gets it back, and pumps one in there for a strike to even the count. Yeah, he likes to work fast. Yeah, he gets the ball back from Pereira, and then he gives it right back to Pereira. Here's the 1-1 to Rico, and that's outside for a ball. There's a look at the third baseman from Mandy Pelaez's Eagles, and he's telling him to swing away. Hit the ball. Fouls that one back. Rocks the cameras again. I'm going to have to get me some rubber cameras or something. 2-2 to Rico. Inside to fill up the count. Eagles are desperately looking for a base runner. And there's a ground ball, and it's hit to the right side. Torres gets by him off of Sanchez. And there's a nice base hit by Max Rico. Put enough on it. Catcher's talking to his infield. Head coach is talking to the batter. And I'm talking to you right here on FSPN. Here's a look at Rico on first. Roque really grunted. He wanted that one. Kind of threw that one really, really hard and inside to A.J. Perez, the senior second baseman for Mandy Pelaez's Sawacera Eagles. Rico creeping off. And that one gets away from Pereira, bounces, and now he throws it. It went to the backstop, but the backstop here at South Dade is so close to home plate. He was able to get it like a highlight game, and right now that's going to bring out head coach David Fanshaw from. And we're going to take a quick break here on FSPN, and we're going to come back with more high school baseball from Ray Boyd Field between the Hawks and the Eagles. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Hawks and Eagles coming to you from Ray Boyd Field, the home of the Bucks. It's the Battle Down South tournament they have every year. We're calling it the Battle of the Birds. Right now it's 3-1, bottom of the third inning. The Eagles are threatening. They have a runner in scoring position with no one out. Their leadoff batter up, A.J. Perez, the second baseman. It's 2 balls and no strikes to A.J. The pitcher's been Kevin Roque. Hard-throwing right-hander. He's coming from the stretch. And that one's lined to left center field. It gets in front of Argote. And the throw's not in time, and we're going to have a 3-2 ball game now because of an RBI base hit from the second baseman, A.J. Perez. Nice shot. Stayed back on that one. Pushed it out over the shortstop. I think that was Ancheta that came in for Argote. He's playing left field now. Taylor Ancheta. Going to bring up the second batter, Orisjo Valdez. He had a base hit his last time up, a left-handed hitter. Nobody out. 3-2 game. We got a good one. This is interesting now. There's a ball to the right fielder. There's a strike to even the count. A.J. Perez on first base. Solid base hit, RBI. Liking what I see out of the leader there at second base, the second baseman. He's creeping off a little bit. Left-handed batting Valdez. Now there's a throw over to first. It's not in time, but when you're a left-handed batter and you have a runner on first base, you kind of block the catcher's view a little bit. I don't know if it's an advantage, but I'd like to think that maybe the runner has a little bit of an advantage here with the left-handed batter up, and he squares the bunt. He takes it. Now there's a snapback throw from Pereira, and that one's not in time. With nobody out, you're really worried about A.J. Perez. Max Rico scored. He had a base hit. On a pass ball, he got to second, and then a base hit by A.J. Perez makes this game 3-2, and that's where we are right now in the bottom of the third inning. We've got a good one. We had a good one last night between Braddock and Southridge. We've got a good one tomorrow. Perez is creeping off of first, a nice lead. He doesn't go. That ball swung on and fouled back by Orisjo Valdez. Took a good cut at that one. The Hall of Fame head coach going through his signs. It's Mandy Pelaez. Roque takes a peek at Perez at first, and now he comes home, and that ball's lifted to the right side of the infield in the air to Jordan Torres at second base, and he catches it easily for the first out of the inning. Now it's going to bring up the always dangerous Albert Bell. Out of this stadium today, it's a pretty big park. There's a lot of wind. But with A.J. Perez on first base, good speed. Base hit, maybe he'll get him to third. Bell ahead in the count on Roque. Roque comes to the plate, the 0-1, and it's lined into center field. And now it's going to be right at Mercado. Had him played well. He had him played excellent, and he just had to cruise over a couple steps. That ball was stung. It was hit hard. He's going to bring up Michael Cabrera, the shortstop, with 2 outs now. With a runner on first. AJ creeps off of first. Roque comes home, pops one in there for a strike. Bottom of the third, 3-2. We got a good one. Happy Wednesday, everybody, to wherever you are. We're at Ray Boyd Field. And that one must have been a little bit outside because the umpire didn't even move. It looked like a statue out there. Beautiful full moon here in South Dade, a little cool. Some good baseball going on right here. Roque's 1-1, swung on and missed for strike 2. Michael Cabrera, he's the shortstop for these Eagles. Roque looking for his second strikeout of the game. That one stays up high. The count is 2-2, and there's 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Let's see if AJ goes on this one. No, he stays on first. And that one's a called strike 3 for the third out. So the Eagles leave 1, they get 1. It's 3-2, and we head to the bottom of the 4th inning with your Hawks coming up to bat, and you're watching FSPN. Welcome back to FSPN's coverage of high school baseball in Miami-Dade and Broward County. And it's the leadoff batter to start off the top of the 4th inning here. It's Royvan Perez. He struck out and was hit by a pitch. He's a right-handed batter, and he's going to face Martinez. Martinez is still in the game. Now it's a 3-2 game. Now if he really bears down and does what he can do, he needs just to settle in here. First pitch is swung on and lifted to center field. Bell's there. He's backing up. He gets a beat on it. He gets under it for the first out. That one's hit well into center field. Quickly brings up the center fielder, the left-handed batting Justin Mercado. He also struck out, but he got on base by way of an error. That's when Martinez threw that ball away. It was a comebacker, and he threw that one away to first base. First pitch is in dirt, checks his swing. Umpire says he doesn't go around. We only have 2 umpires. I was looking for the third base umpire, but we only have 2 of them today. First pitch is a ball low. Second pitch is away for 2. One out. Top of the 4th. 3-2 score in favor of the Hawks. That was easy to lay off. That was way upstairs. Martinez struggling a little bit again. He's been got to watch his pitch count now. We're only in the 4th inning, but he's had a couple walks. The 3-0 taken for a strike. It's crazy. After a pitcher throws 3 bad pitches, all of a sudden he finds and throws that one for a strike, and that one's an easy take for Mercado. He's going to bring up the ever-dangerous Kevin Pereira. Intentionally walked his last time up. RBI single in the first. Like we said, he's the Ole Miss commit, going to Mississippi University. And we're going to get a visit from the Hall of Famer. I think I heard somebody warming up there, and we're going to be right back after Mandy Pelaez's visit to the mound. And he's going to pull Martinez. We're going to come back to Ray Boyd Field with the new pitcher. And we'll be right back after this. The new pitcher for the Eagles is the junior, Ederson Urbina. Can't close the book yet on Pedro Martinez because the runner on first base, Justin Mercado, belongs to him. Urbina's a hard-throwing right-hander. We saw him over the fall, and he's going to gobble up a lot of innings here. He's probably the hardest thrower on this deep Southwest Eagles staff. And he's going to face the Ole Miss commit. Throw over to first. Not in time. 3-1 ball game. We're in the top of the fourth inning. 3-2, I'm sorry. Runner on first. New pitcher Urbina is facing the catcher Pereira. Fires that one in there for a strike. Man, Urbina came out here with one out. Means business. Trying to shut the door here. Keep this game close. Maybe roll a double play. Pitcher's best friend here. Takes his time. Off speed pitch, and I think that caught a piece of Pereira. That's the last thing you wanted to do. And free pass there. He's going to bring up the fourth batter, Jordani Gonzalez, who has a hit and an RBI. And a ground out to the pitcher. Negrin is going to come out and talk to his pitcher a little bit. Courtesy runner that came in to run for Pereira is the same one, Michael Miquez. Urbina's from the stretch now. Takes a look at Mercado. And now that was that a balk? No, time was called. I was focused on Urbina, and Urbina just stopped in the middle of the windup. I can't believe they let it go that late. Somebody can get hurt doing that, but runner on first now. Miquez. Urbina with a peek at second, and that ball's lifted and way foul. Well, just foul. That would have been out of here, too. It hit the top of the fence. Some good pop there by Jordani Gonzalez. Hit the top of the fence. Yep, caught the top of the fence. We're going to need a new baseball. And another 5 feet to the right. That would have been one. That would have been a 3-run homer. Straightens that out. Yeah, it's just a big strike. Here's the 0-1 to Jordani. And that swung on and hit hard in the hole. And here comes Mercado. They're going to send him. We're going to have a play at the plate, and he gets under the tag. He's going to be safe. The runners are going to go to third and second for the Hawks. So with one out, the Hawks cash in. Jordani Gonzalez. 2 RBIs and 2 hits. He's having himself a night. He's standing on second base. He got there on the throw. Mercado scored. Saw that slide. And now the pinch runner is at third base. He was running for Pereira. It's Michael Miquez. And your batter's Adrian Henriquez. He struck out and got hit by a pitch. Swings at the first one. So with runners on second and third, 4-2 ball game, top of the fourth inning. The Hawks got an opportunity here with one out to add a couple more. They roughed up Pedro Martinez a little bit, and now they're getting to Urbina, who fires one in there for a strike. There's a better look at Ederson on the mound. He's on the stretch. From the stretch, even though he has runners in second and third base, and he could have gone from the full windup, but he steps off now. Time was called by the lanky Henriquez, the tall first baseman for the Hawks. These Hawks have been hot. They won up at Bishop Verot over at Fort Myers in a tournament earlier. And now he comes over and takes a chat with David Fanshaw, puts his arm around him, and he's talking to Enriquez. The Eagle infield is in. Salazar's in on the grass. So is Perez and Cabrera, and Max Rico's creeping in. And let's see the strategy here for David Fanshaw. Let's see what he does. See if he bunts him over. There's one out. Miquez at third. And that one just hits him. There goes the strategy there. He just plucked him. I think Pelaez has got another arm warming up in the bullpen just in case. One out here, bases loaded for the DH, Miguel Estevez. He got walked and struck out, and here comes Mandy Pelaez again to make that walk. I think he may yank Urbina, and if he does, we're going to thank everybody for watching us. Stay tuned tomorrow. We're going to have the home opener for the Killian Cougars, and yeah, that's the end of Urbina for tonight. And we're going to see a new pitcher for, I think we might see Pedro Martinez again. We'll be welcome back to Ray Boyd Field, home of the South Dade Buccaneers, where there's been a pitching change, and it didn't change because he went back to the starting pitcher, and I didn't know you could do that, so I learned something today. Mandy Pelaez brought back Pedro Martinez. He's giving him another chance with the bases loaded now. And one out. He gets the first one over for a strike. Let's see if it's a different Pedro Martinez. The first one was a little wild. The Eagles have another pitcher warming up in the bullpen. The count goes to 1-1 to Miguel Estevez, the DH, who walked and struck out against Martinez, and now he's facing Martinez again. So Estevez never faced Urbina. And there's a swing at one in the dirt, and he shakes his head and says, I shouldn't have swung at that one. Top of the fourth inning, 4-2 in favor of the visiting team, the Hawks. Base hit here will get him a run. Infield is at normal depth for the Eagles. Here comes Martinez, and a curveball, and it goes right into the Hawks dugout. Scatters everyone over there. Hope everybody's okay. So Martinez is back on the mound. And that's something I haven't seen in ever. Here's the pitch and a line drive, and it gets past the diving Perez. One's going to score. Bell's throw is up the line, but the runners stay. Another run for the visiting Hawks to make it 5-2 with one out. Miquez scored on that one. Jordani goes to third. Henriquez goes to second. And Estevez has an RBI base hit. And it'll bring up the right fielder Andres Suarez, who grounded to third his last time up. Top of the fourth, 5-2. Swung on and missed. The Hawks are starting to creep away with it. I don't know if it was an omen or anything, but right before the game, I was outside setting up the cameras, and a big hawk just flew right by me, and I got to see him circle the school, and he ended up perching on a tree branch. And I said to myself, wow, if the Hawks win, you know, maybe it's because I saw a hawk, but in hindsight, I don't think there's too many eagles here in South Florida. The only eagles you'll see are over there in Wet'suwet'en. So Martinez comes back into pitch. The batter's Andres Suarez. Urbina gets his sign from Negrin. Fires that one. It's lifted to the right side. Shallow right center field. Odistro Valdez calls for it. There's going to be a tag up. And there's going to be a play at the plate. The throw is up the line and not in time. Gonzalez is going to score. The 6th run for the Hawks on a sacrifice fly by Andres Suarez, an RBI. So Martinez comes in for Urbina, and one of Urbina's runners score. They have a runner now on first and second, and it's going to bring up the 8th batter, Taylor Aricheta. He came in for Austin Argote in the first inning. He stayed in to play left field. He's a left-handed batter. He's going to face Martinez here with 2 runners on, 1 out. And that one's rope foul. Way ahead of that one. A 6-2 ball game. The Eagles got a lot of work to do now. They need to get out of this inning first, and then they got to just chip away. There's not too many innings left. Martinez looks in there to Negrin. Takes a peek at Enriquez. Fires one that swung on and fouled at the plate. Top of the 4th inning. Two outs. Pedro Martinez. Not throwing anything like the Red Sox Martinez today, even though he has good velocities, having some control issues. Takes a peek at Enriquez, and that ball's out of the strike zone, but he got a piece of it. Ancheta being aggressive, protecting the plate here with 2 strikes and 2 outs. Top of the 4th inning, a 6-2 lead. A base hit can get the Hawks another run. This game started shortly after 6 o'clock. The lights are on here at Ray Boyd Field. The moon is full. It's a nice, cool night. Here comes Martinez, and that one's hit softly. A line drive to Perez at second for the 3rd out. So the Hawks leave 2. They get 3 more, and we head to the bottom of the 4th inning here at Ray Boyd Field, and you're watching FSPN. Welcome back to Ray Boyd Field for some high school baseball between the Hawks of Miami Springs and the Mandy Pelaez-led Southwest Eagles. And we have a new pitcher on the mound for the Hawks, and it's Kaiser Alvarez. He's a right-handed pitcher wearing number 7. And it's a 6-2 lead. We're starting off the bottom of the 4th inning. And batting for the Eagles, it's Edwan Negrin, the catcher. He'll be followed by the first baseman, Matthew Salazar. Then Pedro Martinez, Yuxnel Gato, and then it's Max Rico. Got a base hit, scored a run. The first pitch from Alvarez is a strike. 6-2. The Hawks just find a way to do it. One fouled back and quickly 2 strikes on the catcher, Negrin. The Eagles haven't done much offensively. In fact, only 3 hits. And there's a weak swing, strike 3. First strikeout now for. So Salazar steps in. He's going to face Kaiser Alvarez. And it's getting to that time. It's the bottom of the 4th. Now you're down by 4. We're going to need some base runners here for the Eagles. Kaiser from the stretch. First pitch is over for a strike. Alvarez came out here, no nonsense, just filling up the strike zone. That's what you need from a reliever. And that one just missed. 1-1 the count. The first baseman, Salazar, takes that one in there for a strike. And I like the way Alvarez works. He just gets the ball, he settles in, gets his sign from Pereira. Takes a deep breath and he kicks, and the 1-1 is taken high to even the count at 2-2. It was 1-2. The 2-2. Matthews swung on in the dirt. He got away from Pereira, and he's going to have to throw to first to Enriquez. He gets the second out of the inning. Another strikeout. I'm telling you, I like this kid Alvarez. I mean, he could throw. Keeps it around the plate enough that'll make you chase. And it's going to bring up a pinch hitter here for the... No, this is actually Pedro Martinez. This is the pitcher doing all. He pitched, came out of the game, came back into pitch, and now he's hitting. Pedro Martinez. First pitch swinging, and he hits one over to Torres, who scoops it up. Goes to his left a little bit, fires to Enriquez, and that's the third out of the inning. Nothing across the board. It's 6-2. We're heading to the top of the fifth inning with the Hawks winning, and you're watching FSPN. Welcome back to FSPN's coverage of high school baseball. It's a battle down south, and we have a new pitcher for the Eagles. His name is Ryan Fernandez. He's a right-hander. He's coming in for Martinez, who came in for Urbina, who came in for Martinez. And he'll be facing a pinch hitter in Darian Soto for the Hawks that are leading 6-2, and it's the top of the fourth inning. Soto's a right-handed batter. Soto's coming in for Jordan Torres. Takes that one inside for a strike. Almost hit him, but called it a strike. Top of the fifth inning, 6-2. Uncle Muggs here bringing you some high school baseball. That one's in the dirt. Soto takes high for a ball. We got a lot of major league names out here today. We got Albert Bell. We got Soto. Pedro Martinez. That's a foul ball. He says the umpire is going to be 3-2 to the pinch hitter. That one's hit softly to the shortstop, Perez. He comes up. Cabrera, he comes up and fires across to Salazar for the first out. He'll be followed by Justin Mercado. And I love coming here to South Dade. That one's low and away. I could smell something cooking. And back in the day, I'm talking back in 2014, when I would come here and watch the Bucks, they had the very best arroz con pollo. And that one's hit well into center field where Bell has a beat on it. He's camped out under it for the second out of the inning. And he'll bring up the second batter, lefty Justin Mercado. Fernandez being pretty effective. He's retired the first two batters he's faced. See what he does here against Mercado. Side-armed it in there for a strike foul at the plate. 6-2. It's the top of the 5th inning. Ryan Fernandez, the right-hander. That one's a ball. Fernandez is a senior. The 1-1. Taken high, 2-1. Two balls and one strike, I believe. Taken high for 3-1. On deck is the catcher, Pereira. Mercado, the senior, 3-1. Takes a strike to fill up the count. Fernandez working from the stretch. And there's a line drive into the gap in left center field, but Albert Bell's running back on it. It goes over his head. He gets it on a hop. Mercado's going to cruise into second for a double. Boy, he hit that one on a rope. Bell was playing a little bit in, but in Spanish we can describe that as lo montó. And with 2 outs, a double will bring up Kelvin Pereira, the catcher. And they're going to intentionally walk him again. Now it's runners on first and second. Last time they did this, Jordani Gonzalez got a base hit. And he's got 2 hits and 2 RBIs today. I don't know what the strategy is here. I mean, you fooled me once, shame on you. Fooled me twice, shame on me, but you're not going to do it the third time. And here's the third time. Jordani against Fernandez with 2 outs. Top of the 5th, he takes one inside. Hawks on first and second. Here's the 1-0 to Gonzalez. Swung on and missed to even the count. Justin Mercado's on second base. The pinch runner, he's been busy today, Michael Miquez. He's on first. Fernandez steps off. Got 2 quick outs. Gave up a double, an intentional walk. 6-2, top of the 5th inning. Gonzalez with 2 hits and 2 RBIs already. Here comes the 1-1, and it's fouled into the southwest dugout. Scatters everyone. Well, I hope that didn't go in Placido Vicente's direction. He's gained a few pounds, and he's not as agile as he used to be, the former catcher. Let's hope that he's okay. The 1-2 swung on and a strikeout for number 3. And it's going to end the inning. The Hawks are going to leave 2. They're not going to get any runs, and we're going to head to the bottom of the 5th inning with your score, the Hawks 6 and the Eagles 2. And you're watching FSPN. Thank you for watching FSPN's broadcast of what we call the Battle of the Birds, but it's the battle down south between the Hawks and the Eagles. And right now it's 6-2 in bottom of the 5th inning. Batter is number 20. We have a pinch hitter here for the Eagles. And There's a strike. The same pitcher, though, for the Hawks. It's Kaiser Alvarez. He came in an inning ago. Was very effective. Fanshaw's going to leave him in there. Gatto's the batter. Grounded to shortstop his last time up. Alvarez strikes him out. That's the third strikeout now for Alvarez. It's going to bring up Max Rico, who had a base hit and scored a run. Rico, the left-handed batter, wearing number 6. He's the third baseman for these Eagles. And he'll be facing Kaiser Alvarez. First pitch against the backstop. 1 out, bottom of the 5th. 6-2 in favor of the Hawks, the Red Hot Hawks, the David Fanshaw-led Hawks. Second pitch is taken a little high. Rico showing a good eye on that one. That didn't miss by much. (2-0) to Rico. Almost hits him, but called a strike. That must have had a lot of break on it. The 2-1, Rico swung on and missed to even the count. Alvarez's ball must have a lot of movement on it. You got guys ducking out of the way and strikes being called. Here's the 2-2. Way upstairs to fill up the count. And this is just what the doctor ordered, a base runner for the Eagles. With 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th, they need it. They need it big time. Kaiser takes a look, and that one's high and inside for ball 4, and there's a base runner, and that's how things get started. You put some gas in the engine, you prime it a little bit, and then you start it up, and you get your first batter coming up here, A.J. Perez, the catalyst, and he can drive the car, and Otis Joe Valdez can drive him in. Mandy Pelaez, the Hall of Fame coach, playing it a little bit close to the vest. Wants to see get a couple base runners on. He's running out of innings here. Perez takes a strike. Rico with a hit. A walk. He scored a run. Alvarez with 3 strikeouts. Throws that one high. A snapback throw by Pereira. Enriquez puts the tag on him, but Rico gets back in there. Count is even at 1-1. Alvarez from the stretch. Pitch and a bunt down third, and a nice bunt. Gonzalez gets it and he fires across, and it's not in time. Nobody's at third base, and a heads-up running over here by Max Rico, getting all the way to third base from first base on that bunt. Well executed. Way to handle the bat, A.J. Perez, an infield hit. Gonzalez had no chance. He was playing way back on the grass. Pereira comes out to talk to Alvarez, but it's a good look at him there at first. First pitch to Otis Joe is up high. Let's see if Mandy puts these runners in motion. Two balls and no strikes to the right fielder. Alvarez struck out the first batter in the inning, and he walked Rico. Beautiful bunt by A.J. Eagles in the corner. And things have gotten a little bit complicated. Se complicaron las cosas. There's a strike to settle things down. It's a good look at AJ at first. Let's see if he goes on this pitch here. I got a feeling. I guess it's hard to tell what Mandy's thinking. 3-1 the count, though. Another ball could load the bases. That one's taken for a strike. Valdez flipped the bat like if he was going to be walked, and now he's got to go and get it and come back to a full count here. To the right fielder. He's got a hit already tonight. Perez might be running on this one. He stays put, and that's an easy take in the dirt. They're going to call it a dead ball. Rico's got to go back to third. The bases are going to be loaded. The Chicken McNuggets have arrived, and I love this place. And fries. I love this place. I'm living here now. I am now a resident of South Dade Ray Boyd Field. Rico stays at third. AJ goes to second. Valdez got hit by a pitch. It's going to bring up Albert Bell. Who else do you want up than your slugger? Alvarez from the stretch. Check swing strike. Alvarez shakes off Herrera a couple times, and they can't come to a men's agreement. Yeah, if you hear me chewing, it's because I'm starving. Quickly, 2 strikes to Albert Bell. Alvarez comes set, the 0-2, taken for a strike 3 called. Bell caught looking. We'll bring up Cabrera, Michael Cabrera with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning in a 6-2 game in favor of the Hawks. Kaiser Alvarez in his 2nd inning of work has 4 strikeouts. He's trying to get out of this inning without any damage done. First pitch swung on and missed by a lot. Cabrera had no clue on that one. The 0-1, Cabrera swung on and missed. That was a little closer. That ball got away from Kaiser Alvarez on the mound, but he was able to scatter to it quick. Some strategy from Mandy Pelaez with 2 strikes. Alvarez looking for a strikeout. And that one's in the dirt. Great block by Pereira. That saved the run or saved the play at the plate. Kaiser Alvarez is your pitcher for the Hawks. The batter's Michael Cabrera, the shortstop for the Eagles. And the 3-1 is swung on and fouled, and it got a piece of Pereira. The pitch swung on and missed, and that's strike 3. The Eagles leave the bases loaded. We go to the top of the 6th inning with the score 6-2, and you're watching FSPN. Welcome back to Ray Boyd Field, home of the South Dade Bucks normally. Right now it's the battle down south, the battle of the birds between the Hawks and the Eagles. It's a 6-2 ball game. And there's a line drive by Gonzalez, and it's hit in between the gap And it's going to go all the way to the fence. There goes off of Ryan Fernandez. Boy, that was a nice swing. That ball got out of the infield in a hurry. Fernandez takes a peek, fires that one in there for a strike. Top of the 6th inning, 6-2, but the Hawks are threatening once again. Ryan Fernandez is the pitcher. Edwin Negrin is behind the plate. Takes a peek at Salazar and hits that one foul. The left-handed hitting Salazar. Good stop back there by Negrin. Sorry, that was Henriquez with the double. My bad. This is Estevez. And he hits one high and deep to right center, right field. Valdez going back, and he makes the play right near the wall. And he didn't tag up. Henriquez didn't tag up. And he's grounded out to third base. Suarez, a right-handed batter with one out, runner on second. Top of the 6th, the score is 6-2. There's a strike called on the inside corner. Fernandez gets his sign from Negrin. He kicks and deals, and that one gets away from Negrin. Henriquez is going to go to third. Henriquez really hit a rope. Man, that ball was scorched. Estevez's ball was hit hard but caught. Now with the runner on third base, the Hawks have another legit chance to score here. If Suarez can get it out of the infield, they've got to run. Fernandez steps off. Mandy Pelaez, the manager, the head coach for the Eagles, brings his infield in now. Alvarez takes high. Suarez takes high. One out, top of the 6th, 6-2. Fernandez kicks and deals. Suarez takes. Negrin with another excellent play. I've said that a few times, and that's because he's making some great stops back there. Hitters count now 3-1. 3-1 to Salazar. Fernandez digs in with the infield in. And that ball's hit foul. Right on top of the Eagle dugout. Fernandez looking for a comebacker here. Or something in the infield. Check swing by Suarez on the outside pitch, and he's going to get walked. So another free pass. It's going to bring up Taylor Archeta, left-handed batter. He came in for Austin Argote earlier in the game. And he hit a line drive to second base, a soft liner, his last time up. Runners in the corners now for the Hawks. With one out. Now let's see if Fanshaw puts the runner in motion here. Let's see if he sends Suarez. Ball outside. Top of the 6th inning. 6-2 on a cool night. It's turned into a nice, breezy, cool night here at South Dade. Fernandez losing it a little bit here, trying to overthrow. One out with runners in the corners for the Hawks. The 2-0 pitch, taken 3-0. The 3-0 pitch in there for a strike. Here's the 3-1 swung on, missed. Fill up the count. Taylor Archeta is the left fielder. And he's working against Ryan Fernandez, the right-handed pitcher for the Eagles. Payoff pitch, swung on and missed, and another strikeout for Ryan Fernandez. And boy, did they need that. 2 outs now, top of the 6th. Trying to limit the damage or keep it to where it is. It's going to bring up Torres, Jordan Torres. There's a fake pick off to third. Now he throws back to first. Doesn't fool anyone. Now Fernandez gets his sign from Negrin behind the plate. He comes set. And there's a bunt down third, and it's a nice one. It's going down the line. Rico's going to pick it up because that's a beautiful bunt. There's nothing you could do about that one. Boy, that was special. What a bunt. That can only happen on a nice field where everything's nice and even. So credit to the South Dade guys, their team, for keeping this field nice even though they're not playing. There's a tournament going on here, so they're responsible for the condition on the field. And my hat's off to Omar Baldo and his guys for doing a great job with the field. And every time you come down here to South Dade, you notice the great field, and a bunt like that can only happen when the field is nice and level, so hats off to you guys. There's a shot at the left field, but it's going to go foul. And they're giving the credit to my boy Jake over here, and Jake is the head groundskeeper here, I think, and he's doing a great job. And that was a great example of how level. That ball just stayed on the line, something incredible. All right, enough about the bunt. 0-1 with 2 outs. Perez is the batter. It's a 7-2 game. Wow, that one's inside and tight to Perez. Fernandez is still in there. I don't see anybody warming up for the Eagles, so he's going to go the distance for Mandy Pillai is here. Perez, the leadoff batter. There's a fake attempt of a pickoff. Suarez on second base, and that one's hit high in the air to left field. Gatto's got under it in the third out, so the Hawks are going to leave 2, but they're going to get 1. The score is 7-2. We're going to head to the bottom of the 6th inning with the Hawks leading, and you're watching FSPN. Welcome back to Ray Boyd Field for the Battle of the Birds. We have a pinch hitter for these Eagles. It's Anthony Reyes, right-handed batter. He's coming in for the catcher, Negrin. He took a mighty swing at that one for strike 1. 7-2. Bottom of the 6th. And it's been a good game. I mean, it's been good if you're a Hawks fan. If you're an Eagles fan, you want to get a couple more hits, maybe a few more runs. Anthony Reyes takes that one low and away to even the count or to go 2-1. Nobody out, bottom of the sixth. Nobody on a soft grounder to third. Goes foul. Count goes to 2-2. Estevez starting his third inning. Alvarez starting his third inning of work. We got 3 out of Kevin Roque. Now the third one for Kaiser Alvarez. 2-2, a little outside. It's going to fill up the count. And let's see if we can do some drama here for the Eagles. We get the base runners on and maybe a walk or something, and we get something going here for the Eagles. The payoff pitch, swung on and missed for a strike 3 called. Swung on, sorry. 1 out. So Reyes goes down, and he becomes the 5th strikeout victim. The 6th strikeout victim. We have another pinch hitter for the Eagles. Coming in for Salazar, it's Isaiah Williams. Williams takes the first one high. There's a look at Isaiah Williams, right-handed batter. Nice one by Alvarez, evening the count at 1-1. Alvarez doing a good job of settling in here. 5 strikeouts in just 3 innings. There's another one in the same spot. We'll call that a strike, too. This game started shortly after 6 o'clock. It's 8:53 right now. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Isaiah. And that's called strike 3 for the 6th strikeout and the 2nd strikeout of this inning for Kaiser Alvarez, who's throwing very, very well. We have another pinch hitter now for the Eagles. And I think it's Gabriel Vasquez batting from the left side. Takes that one for a ball. There's a good look at Gabriel. Fouls that one into the mitt. Gabriel Vasquez is a left-handed hitter. Fouls that one back. Nice swing on the lefty. Your starter was Kevin Roque. He went 3 innings, had 2 strikeouts. They scored 1 run on him. And this is the 3rd inning of work for Kaiser Alvarez. That one's inside for ball 1. Alvarez has 7 strikeouts in just 3 innings. 1 hit batter, 1 hit, 1 walk. That's strike 3 called. Another strikeout for Alvarez. And nothing across the board for the Eagles. And we're going to head to the top of the 7th inning. And your score is Hawks 7 and the Eagles 2. And you're watching FSPN from Ray Boyd Field. Welcome back to Ray Boyd Field, where we have some spring 2025 baseball. And we have a good game here. We call it the Battle of the Birds. Even though it's a battle down south, it's a tournament held here at Ray Boyd Field, home of the South Dade Bucks every year. And we have a new pitcher out here now in this great game between the Hawks and the Eagles. And the new pitcher is Pavel Rojo. He's a junior. He's coming in for Ryan Fernandez. It's the top of the 7th inning. The score is 7-2 in favor of the visiting Miami Springs Hawks that are led by head coach David Fanshaw. Have the batter is number 42. The left-handed hitting second batter, Justin Mercado. He starts him off with a quick strike. Mercado takes that one a little high. Mercado had a double, scored a run, got walked, struck out, and got on by an error. He's had a busy night. On deck is the Ole Miss commit, Kelvin Pereira. Pereira's been walked twice, hit by a pitch. After a base hit, they said, we've had enough of this. We're not gonna pitch to this guy anymore. There's the 1-1 to Mercado. Side-armed in there for a strike. Take a look at that wind-up from Rojo. Kind of brings it outside arm, and there's strike 3 called. There's a strikeout. So 1 out. We're going to see the catcher coming up here. Let's see if they pitch to him now. So with 1 out, it's going to bring up Kelvin Pereira. Rojo kicks and deals. The first pitch is in there for a strike. Pereira's a big boy. Looks like he's got some power. No wonder Ole Miss signed him. Heck, if I had a college, I'd sign him. I wonder what I'd call it. Maybe Muggs Tech or University of Uncle Muggs. Something like that. FSPN, A&M. Here's the 1-1 to Pereira. It's up high. Yeah, if I had a college, I'd have probably have Kendry Blanco in center field. There's a strike called. Evens the count at 2-2. I would probably have, let's see, who would I put at first base for my college team? They'd have to be seniors this year. Let me think about that one. That was just outside to fill up the count on Pereira. Kelvin Pereira. I would definitely have Zachary Fernandez on there. And that one's hit foul. And I know those are 2 Killian guys, but those are my guys. So that would be up the middle. I'd probably have to wait a couple years to get Panda Gutierrez. He'd be my catcher. And you know, we're just talking here, University of Muggs Tech. And that one's barely hit foul. Please don't hit the cameras. Somebody said, what about Dylan Fernandez? Where would you put Dylan Fernandez? Oh, boy, now I got to put Dylan Fernandez in left field in my college. What am I going to teach these guys? And that one's hit skied up, and if there's enough room for Negrin, he'll make the play, but it's going out of play, hits the screen. All right, Rojo's like disgusted because that ball was like, maybe he's got something in his eye. He's going through something here. Okay, he just got blinded by the lights. That was a song back in the 80s. Blinded by the lights, up like a deucer in the rumor in the night. Here comes the 2-2, and that swung on and hit foul the other. Nobody out. Top of the 7th, and there's ball 4. 1 out, time's called here. And we're going to have a pinch runner again coming in here. Donnie already with 2 hits, 2 RBIs, a strikeout and a ground ball to first base. A very productive night so far. 7-2 here, top of the 7th inning. 4th batter for the Eagles. On deck is Adrian Henriquez, the first baseman. Another throw over to first. It's not in time. Pavel Rojo, the final pitcher here for the Eagles. Throws that one in the dirt for a ball. Goes 2-0 now. Tomorrow we'll be at Killian, 3 o'clock game against the Somerset Academy Stallions that are led by Peter Cerda. And Coach Lyons Eagles got a little punch in the nose yesterday, 10-0, but by the world champs. It's like playing the Lakers back in the 80s or playing the Yankees. They played Stoneman Douglas, the 4-time defending champions. 10-0. They're looking for some get back against Somerset tomorrow. And there's another walk. He's going to bring up the 5th batter, Adrian Henriquez, the first baseman. He had a double the last time up. He's been hit by a pitch twice. Struck out in his first at-bat. Miquez moves to second base. Giordani takes his spot at first. And here comes the big first baseman for the Hawks. Inside and low from Rojo. We got timeout, and here we're going to see J.C. Diaz for the first time. He's the pitching coach for these Eagles. And he's making a fast walk to the mound to talk to Pavel. J.C.'s brother, George Diaz, is the athletic director at Southwest. That pitch is taken for a strike for Enriquez. And he's also, George is, not J.C. George Diaz is a state champion. He was on the 1978 Coral Park team that was led by head coach Steve Hertz, legendary Coach Hurst. The 1-1, the pickoff attempt. One out here, the top of the 7th inning. And this game has come to a screeching crawl. Thanks for staying with us. If you're a Hawks fan, you're happy. If you're an Eagle fan, you're not that happy, and that ball almost gets away from Henriquez. And now he throws it into center field. Miquez had come off the bag because he saw it get away from the catcher a little bit, so Negrin was able to gather himself, get the ball, but he fired it into center field. The runners didn't advance. Everybody stays where they were. Runners on first and second for the Hawks. Pavel Rojo is your pitcher. The batter is Henriquez, the first baseman, and he takes one in there for a strike to even the count at 2-2. Tall task here in the bottom of the 7th for these Eagles. They're going to have to score at least 5 runs and hope that the Hawks don't score any more here. Pavel takes a couple peeks over at Miquez. Another look at Miquez. He finally comes home to Enriquez, and he throws it way outside. An excellent stop by Negrin. He had to dive back there. Been a little bit over 3-hour game now. Here comes the payoff pitch to Henriquez, and he swings it foul into the netting on the right side. Pavel Rojo takes a peek at Miquez. Now he delivers, and another foul ball by Henriquez, who stays alive here in the top of the 7th in a 7-2 game. And now it's getting kind of cold out here. It started out as a short sleeve day, and now I wish I had my jacket. Always colder down here in South Dade. The breeze hasn't stopped, and here comes Rojo, and he issues another free pass. Nobody warming up in the Southwest pen. So unless J.C. Diaz is going to come out and pitch, I think we're stuck here with Pavel Rojo. And he's going to face Estevez once again. Estevez fly to first base. He had a base hit and RBI, struck out and walked. So Miquez moved over to third. Jordani Gonzalez is now at second. Adrian Enrique occupies first base. And there's nowhere to put any more Hawks. They're going to have to pitch to him. One out, top of the 7th, 7-2. The bases are loaded. The corners are in for the Eagles. Here comes Rojo with the pitch, and that's taken for a strike. Nice off-speed pitch there. He kind of dropped down three-quarter arm and got that one over. Rojo takes his time getting his sign from Edouin Negrin. Is the catcher for the Eagles today. From the stretch, the side armor delivers, and there's a hard ground ball, and it's a fair ball. It got past Matthew at first base, and it's rolling all the way to the fence. Valdez is going to get it. It's going to clear the bases. The Hawks are going to get 3 more. And Estevez goes in there with a sliding triple. And a good night for Estevez. Couple hits. 4 RBIs for Estevez. And there's one hit foul off the foot. Andres Suarez is the batter. He's the right fielder. He got walked, sacrificed, hit a ground ball to third. And this is his 4th at-bat here in the top of the 7th. He's facing Pavel Rojo. He's a junior right-hander for these Eagles. And it's 10-2 in the top of the 7th. And now it gets plucked. Suarez takes one on the hip there. Runners in the corners now. And I think they better bring in J.C. Diaz. I think he's got a little bit left in his arm at his age. He's got to be like 56. But he might be able to get a couple over. So we got a re-entry in Austin. Aragota is coming back in for Taylor. Taylor came in for him. And that first pitch is a strike. Hawks in the corners, 10-2, top of the 7th. There's one low and away. The throw over to first base, and it's not in time. Estevez just barely got back. Sorry, that was Suarez. He just barely got back. Estevez is hanging out over here at third, enjoying his triple. 4 RBIs tonight for Miguel Estevez, the DH. Pavel Rojo comes set, delivers, in a nice block again by Negrin. He's been busy back there. He's going to need like a cold plunge or a massage, or maybe get that massage gun, because he's been beat up back there. He's been all over the place. Here's the pitch, swung on and fouled straight back. Two and two now the count to the left fielder. And he wears that one. He's got hit by pitch to fill up the bases. Hit by pitches. That ball's hit by Torres, foul. A total of 6 for both teams hit by pitches. There's going to be some bruises here. There's going to be some massage therapy going on. Swung on by Torres. Quick 2 strikes. Only 1 out here in the top of the 7th. And there's a strike 3 called. Gordy goes down on strikes, looking. So there's 2 outs now for the leadoff batter, Perez. Roydan Perez flied to left field 3 times, struck out, and was hit by a pitch. So this game has come screeching to almost a crawl. And there's a line drive by Perez in the gap. Albert Bell makes a great play, moving to his right, cutting it off in the gap. So the Hawks get 3 more. They leave 3, and we head to the bottom of the 7th, and you're watching. Welcome back to Ray Boyd Field, where we have a spring game between the Hawks and the Eagles. And there's a strike from the new pitcher, Taylor Archeta. He was playing left field, but he's coming in to close the door in a 10-2 game. Bottom of the 7th inning. And he comes out and just throws 2 quick strikes. We have a pinch hitter here for the Eagles. And it's Alejandro Dorda. He's number 27. And he's coming in for Gato. Alejandro Dorda is a right-hander. I want to thank our sponsor, Coach's Corner, once again. Alex Diaz takes care of us over there, and he can get you whatever you need as far as printing. He's located near Miami Airport, so you can get to him from wherever. They can help you with all your printing needs, uniforms, banners, you name it, he can do it all with an excellent turnaround time. The count goes full now to Alejandro Dorda. Bottom of the 7th, 10-2 ball game. And that one's lifted to the right side, foul. It's 10-2. So a touchdown's not going to do it. Even with they're going to need a touchdown and a field goal or a safety. A touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and a safety just to tie it. Too bad this is not football for Eagle fans. And there's a pass. We're going to have another pinch hitter coming up now. Mandy's emptying out the bench. We're going to have Dylan Duarte coming in. He's coming in from Max Rico. He's a left-handed batter. Starts off with a ball. Bottom of the 7th. Boy, I'll tell you, it's kind of cold out here. Now it's cold. It was cool. It was warm today. It got to nice. Then it got to cool. And now I'm freezing. Short hop that one in there. Taylor Archeta. Alejandro's on first. There's a strike. Dylan Duarte's the batter. And that one's in the dirt. Count goes full. Archeta throws nice and hard. He gets the ball over there in a hurry. There's a ground ball to first base. It stays fair, but no, it's a foul ball. Henriquez had it. He would have had to step on the bag. I don't know if he had time to go to second. Here's the last look at the pitcher. I'll tell you, this Hawks team is pretty well rounded. They hit. They play defense. They got some good pitching. They can run. And here's a walk with no outs in the last inning. Hey, and I've seen crazier things happen, you know. I mean, I saw an eclipse last year. I mean, I could see 8 runs maybe. We got Brandon Blanco coming in now. He's another pinch hitter. Runners in first and second. Blanco takes a ball. There's a good look at Blanco there. Sweet swinging lefty. And there's a strike. He's a senior. The 1-1 to Blanco's inside for a strike. Thought that almost hit him in the knees. Archeta winds up, delivers, and that one's fouled straight back. Blanco hits one right at the second baseman, Torres, for a double play, and that's going to end it here. I'm sorry, that's 2 outs. Let me get ahead of myself. I just want to leave already. It's cold, freezing out here. Well hit by Blanco. It's going to bring up the leadoff. No, it's going to bring up Oris Joe. Blanco hit for AJ. That ball got away. Oris Joe's going to wear that one. He's not too happy with that. He makes his way over to first base. Oris Joe still limping over there to first base. Going to have a courtesy runner coming in. Oris Joe's hurting. He was limping the whole way over there. Albert Bell's going to come up here and try to get a couple runs for these Eagles. Runner on first and 2 out. First pitch taken for a ball. One and one. to the future shark. He's not going to be a marine biologist or anything, but he is going to go to Miami Dade South. And he's going to join a great team over there. A couple of years, that's going to be another JUCO to deal with. Albert Bell wearing number 5. Archetta's pitch. Strike to even the count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And there's strike 3. And that is going to be the ball game. We're going to shake it up. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Coach's Corner. I want to thank Fanshaw and Mandy and his whole coaching crew, Cody and everyone, and Bob. Thank you, everyone. Another great game on FSPN. We'll see you tomorrow at Killian at 3 o'clock. And that's going to be a good one. We're going to have the Somerset Stallions going up against my Killian Cougars. And I want to thank Omar Baldo and everyone here for having us. And we'll see you tomorrow from Killian Field. This is Uncle Mug saying so long, and thanks for joining us here on FSPN.